Hello everybody, Steven here with Cardboard Coalition. Rezwan's not with us right now. She just took off on a vacation. If you pay any attention, you see I'm rocking this, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock shadow. I just got back from a vacation. It'd be nice once we get Rezwan here, we both can go on vacation together, but it is what it is. But when I got back from vacation, I had a couple boxes on my door, right? And there's only one here, and it's a big one, and we'll go through it. Remember I said there's vast amounts of time where we don't get anything, and then there'll be a day or two or a week where we get a couple packages in a row. But this package we'll go through. The other package I just kind of want to point out, if you watched our other video where we did the unboxing of The World of Smog, Rise of Moloch, long name, most people just call it Rise of Moloch. I didn't notice when we were recording through, Rezvan actually did, but the top corner of the box had split wide open. And so I have to give a shout out to Miniature Market, which I bought multiple things from. And this is another package from Miniature Market. I had ordered before the Rise of Moloch, but it was waiting for a pre-release. I'd done a pre-order. So some of the stuff that I'd picked up, plus the pre-order, I had to wait for the pre-order to release. But anyways, so there was damage to that box. I got a hold of Miniature Market and explained that there was damage to the box. And we also found out that one of the miniatures from one of the expansions for Rise of Moloch, which is behind me, I can't see. It might actually even be the top box, which I don't think you guys can see, which is the On Her Majesty's Service, I think, set of people. There's a lady who has like a really fancy Victorian style hat that's supposed to be on her head. It's not there. And if you watch the video unboxing of Rise of Moloch, you had heard me talk about how I'll open them later, not on video. I did a couple of the main boxes. But Rezvan actually noticed it. So I also let Miniature Market know that that was messed up. They got back to me really quick. They said they're willing to either give me a discount on the box if I want to keep it, but I didn't because it was split. So it's just going to keep opening more and more. Or they would send me a replacement and I can send them the damaged box. And then they also told me that the miniature missing a piece on the miniature is a CMON thing. And at first I'm like, so you're going to tell me that CMON messed up, so oh well. But what they quickly followed it with was, but we're willing to replace it. I think today I should get the replacement for that. I'm thinking they're sending me just the miniature, which is fine. It costs them probably a ton on shipping, not to send. I mean, it's a small box, but it probably costs them a lot less to ship one miniature. But I just wanted to give that shout out to Miniature Market. If you guys are tuning in because you're getting into board gaming and stuff like that, it's a great place to check out, especially when they do their sales, and they do them every couple months. They do these big sales, and you can find some really cool games for really cheap. And if you've never heard of the game, of course, just do the research. Like I did with Rise of Moloch, I'd already been eyeballing it, but I did more research when I saw they had it for sale. So I just want to say, a great company. The idea that they're going to return it, you'll see when I open this, they usually package the stuff really well, but I think at the warehouse, someone dropped it, didn't notice that it dinged really bad, hit a corner, and then split the whole inside and actually the outside of the box. But the whole inside, you take the top box off, there's the inner box. Just a shout out to Miniature Market. So if you guys are thinking about getting games, check them out. They do great deals, and they're good about their product. If it's messed up, they're going to fix it for you. And I really appreciate that about them. So enough ado. That might have been a little loud. Sorry, still new at videotaping. That's how old I am. Recording stuff. Let's go ahead and jump in this box, see what kind of goodies we've got now. I brought up the X-Acto knife. I do miniature painting. I am not very good at it. That's why I'm not doing any videos of this is how you miniature paint. Once again, I'm not a weak shout out for comments, but if you guys want, maybe I can start looking into doing a series on showing someone as a beginner diving into the hobby of miniature painting. I mean, I've been painting for a couple months now. I'm not a beginner. Yeah, I'm a beginner. Let's not lie. But I've been painting for a couple months. But if you guys are interested, right, you could let me know, and I'll figure out how to do some of those videos too. See what I was telling you about? They do lots and lots of bubble wrap because they love games. Like we love games. Unlike the big box store that I get some stuff from, where they can kind of care less about games. They're just sending you a product. But usually if the box is messed up, it's been wrapped so well that things inside are messed up. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump into it. So actually I'm gonna move the box off to the side, but we'll go like this first. So the Bruce Lee, Unmatched, but the Bruce Lee expansion, it's the Bruce Lee character. Let me go ahead and move this out of the way once again. Ugh. So you guys can still see me pull stuff out, but we got some room to work with. Oh yay, oh yay. So the Bruce Lee expansion for Unmatched. And the reason I picked this up, right, is because I've checked out Unmatched and I really like it. Once again, sales. They're doing a great sale. I think, actually, no, I think, to be honest, Miniature Market already has really good prices, and this was $12.99. I think it's normally $15.99. And I was trying to hit that $100 mark. So Miniature Market, you have to spend $100 to get things sent to you. And this put me, I think, right at the 100. So arguably, I could have not bought this, paid the $7 to $9, maybe even $10 to ship, or I could have bought this basically paying $2 for it. Depends on how you look at it. If you look at shipping as your cost, and I know people like Alex at Board Game Co., when he talks about Kickstarters, will add that shipping in. Sometimes I'll talk about adding that shipping in. I'm kind of in between. Do you add the shipping or not? But anyways, so what else do we have in here? Unmatched, Cobble and Fog. This is one of the newer ones. So this one gives us Dracula. Yes, I am reading the back. Jekyll and Hyde, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, The Invisible Man, and Sherlock Holmes, which sounds really interesting. And if you guys watched the video before, I might have missed it as I was saying things, but you might not have. The Baker Street Boys set, an expansion for Rise of Moloch, which I believe you guys can see over my shoulder there, is Sherlock Holmes. So you're going to be Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson in play in that Victorian steampunk world. All right, what else could we possibly have in here? Go figure. Unmatched. This is another one that just came out. I was actually really excited about it because you have Beowulf. And I know you guys who don't know me, who are just joining our channel, you don't know this, but people who know me pretty well, I'm a big Beowulf fan. So I was going through college, I wrote a lot of essays on Beowulf, right? So I was really excited about this, but they had this one on sale at Miniature Market really cheap. They had this one on sale for really cheap. They're doing one of those sales. I want to say this one was 15 bucks. I don't think I can look at the receipt to tell you. This was the only one that was full price. They're doing a big sale. Like I said, they do a couple of them. Now, what else is in this box? It's one I'm actually kind of excited for. So we have Camel Up, right? All these, seems like everybody's kind of, all the boxes are bent in the back. All right, sorry, but Camel Up, right? So the reason I got this one, it was on sale for super cheap. I think it was like $23, normally $39, $49 on sale. I think right now on Amazon it is $49. But I got Camel Up because I've been eyeballing it for a while. It's a race game. It's supposed to be really fun. I'll talk a little bit more about it when we crack it open. But I saw that on sale. I believe this was on sale, and this was on sale for really cheap. Like super cheap, not their normal cheap. This was on sale a little bit. It wasn't normal cheap for Miniature Market. It wasn't super cheap, but it was a good deal compared to what I've seen for it anywhere else. And this was, like I said, I think it was actually at the normal price for Miniature Market, which is already discounted. And then the last thing, and this was the thing that I had to wait for because it was pre-ordered, was the Imperium Classics. So this one was definitely not on the big sale. These three things were in the big sale. And then I knew I wanted to check this out. Miniature Market had a great price for it. Like I said, they usually do a really good price. So I ended up picking this one up. So, all right, let's go ahead and slap these down sideways and we'll get into some digging really quick. I'll try to make the video. Does it show you guys everything? Does it look good? Oh my God. I'm gonna be a big Hollywood film star. All my friends who do filming, right? Don't laugh at me because I know this is all horrible. Or even my friends that operate cameras out there have helped me with my lighting that got me to buy better lights. It's probably still not amazing, but you know, I'm working on it. So let's go ahead and jump into this. All right, so Unmatched is a 2 to 4 player game. from Mondo, and I got to look down here because I know Restoration. I didn't want to say the other big R game company that I tend to buy a lot of games from. I know, squeakiness. All right, blade safety, I guess, blade safety. We're gonna have to put it on. So this is Bruce Lee. So the thing about this is he's one character, right? So this is one character. You got your dial in here, which is nice, heavy cardboard, all right? And it easily pops out. As you can tell, the little middle piece is already popped out on the style. So you got your dial. One of the other things I think is really interesting I've noticed with the Restoration Mondo games with Unmatched is these are really nice, and they give you always one more than you need. So Bruce Lee only has one point dial, but he has two little clips to clip those two things together. You guys are probably like, yeah, who cares? Who cares? All right, so we got Bruce Lee, and they all come with color stands. Let's see if I can get that a little bit closer to you guys. Stretch. I'm not a Bruce Lee stretch, so I'm not going to flip towards the camera and flip back. So you got Bruce Lee. It's kind of cool. I don't know if you guys can tell in the video, but this is kind of a gold, sparkly, a little homage to Enter the Dragon. All right, you stand there, Bruce Lee, ready to fight. One of the cool things about it, and once again, they always have nice, I like when games do this, nice inserts to put everything back. So we got ourselves a set of cards, and I'm not going to go through them. If you guys have watched my other videos where I talk about this and watch me struggle with opening these up like I'm doing it again. I'm not going to go through all of them. They have a very distinct style. And I think that might have something to do, if I remember right, Mondo, because that's like a, don't worry, I'm not going to cut my finger. And if I do, you can call the ambulance. All right, so there's a very distinct art style. Ooh, I bent a card. That was all me. That was all me being impatient. All right. So all my friends that know I'm very particular about things. I guess I didn't bend it bad, but I bent it a little bit, enough to annoy me. So you always have the, I can't think of it right now, the cheat sheet card, right? Tells you who it is and their move abilities, their hit points, their special ability. On the back reference card, there you go. And then on the back, it has a quick reference on the game, what you can do, things like that. And I know I didn't put the cap back on the knife, but that's okay. All right, and then we'll show you some of these. All right, I'll just kind of do a couple of them like that, so you guys can see them. I don't get to see them yet, but I do get to see the back, which they all have their own back, right? Each character has a distinct back. This one didn't come with a player board, which makes sense because there's a little box, but that's okay. This is just bringing in a new player for you to use in the Unmatched games. And you could use any player. It's one of the cool things about Unmatched. And I know that it's Restoration games and Mondo games, so I don't remember who exactly announced it. One of the two did. The Dice Tower. I really need to do a video for beginning gamers about the YouTube channels I like to watch. And I appreciate you guys watching this one, but there's great YouTube channels out there. And the Dice Tower is one of the oldest ones out there from what I can gather. It's like the grandpappy of game YouTube channels. But I lost my train of thought. Anyways, I was talking about that. Oh, that's what it was. So they're interviewing, they're doing their summer spectacular, and they do a winter spectacular and stuff. And they're doing a bunch of interviews, news, and Unmatched Games just came out and announced that they're going to do a Legends, Battle of Legends, Legends of Battle. It's this one right here, Battle of Legends. Here's Volume 1. They're going to do a Volume 2. Off the top of my head, I can't remember who they're using, but they're bringing some really cool legends about. I guess I can keep opening while I talk to you guys. Short videos, Steven, short videos. Because people don't want to watch the whole video. I mean, some of you guys do, and it's appreciated. But most of you guys just want to get to it. What's in the box? Some of you guys might be interested in what comes in these games to see if you want to buy it. So this is the other Unmatched. We learned our lesson there. We're just going to go like that and put it way out of my ability to cut myself, but we'll see. All right, so this is Beowulf versus Little Red Riding Hood, which is an interesting combo, right? And like I said, Bruce Lee doesn't come with this book. It's pretty much the same for everybody. The difference is, and I had mentioned this before, what I like is when they talk about how to do things, that really doesn't help you out. When they talk about actually doing things, and it's the same thing in each one from what I can tell from each of these manuals, they reference the game that you actually have. Not in general, you do this. You know, in general, for a character, do this and show like the original, like King Arthur or Medusa moving around. They'll show the characters that are in here. It's really appreciated. Trying to give away what I do, but part of my job, I kind of go over some stuff, and the technical writing in this, and with technical writing, it's how it's just presented. It's not just are all the words spelled right. That is it, but it's how it's presented. I think this stuff is presented to keep you in some ways entertained while you read through it. It's very eye-catching, right? Easy to flip through. All right, so there's that. So we got Little Red Riding Hood. Looks like her friend is the Huntsman. So you got the Huntsman and Little Red Riding Hood's dials. Then you have Beowulf and Wiglaf. And I don't know what some of these other things are, but we'll figure it out. So there may some new things are going on in there. I think I remember something about doors, being able to open and shut doors in on this map. With you could do it with anybody, but on this map it has doors you can open and shut. So here's the map, which is always fun. Let's go ahead and look at it. So what do we have on this side? This side looks like the Beowulf side, and I'm completely blanking right now on the name of the mead hall. Man, really bad. And like I said, I've read the stories so many times. They've even written about monsters in Beowulf and women in Beowulf and the heroes of Beowulf and a whole bunch of things like that. Not published writing, school writing. And then this side, oh no, they both look like a mead hall. Let's see, mead hall, mead hall, mead hall, mead hall. I have to look a little close to see the difference. But they both look like a mead hall. I guess you can argue it's Little Red Riding Hood's area. I know you can't see because there's so many, but I guarantee there's one extra in here. There's one extra little pin. So I was gonna put her away. I was thinking about it. I just got sidetracked in. There's Little Red Riding Hood. She's got a wolf on. I know it's probably hard to see, but she's got a wolf a head on, right? I don't think the whole cloak is a wolf, but she looks a little badass, right? Or BA. Though I do think I set my videos as not for kids, but she looks a little badass, right? And you got Beowulf. Does look pretty badass. I'm gonna say this and maybe get some hate in the video. Oh, it's a way to get comments, right? But he's got a man bun. We'll just say that. Yeah. Pose, very heroic pose, right? He's got his shield out. He's ready to rock and roll. All right, so Wiglaf and the Huntsman. We got both of them, and the sidekicks, I'm probably using the wrong term, are usually little tokens. We got ourselves some cards. I'm thinking to myself, we gotta go through this. Fast video. So let's go through this quick. We'll just open one of these packs of cards so you can kind of go through it. And I grab Beowulf. Maybe it's my subconscious. It's my subconscious that was like, grab Beowulf. Use Beowulf. Beowulf is amazing. So I'll show you guys the back. All right, so this is a cool back. I don't know why I spread them out. I didn't even do a good job. Cool back. There's the reference card, right? And then we'll just show you a couple. There's always really cool art, and the art always fits together. I think it's what ties this game together in a lot of ways. And as usual, you can use Beowulf and you can fight Dracula if you want. You can use Beowulf and you can fight King Arthur if that's what you so wish to do. You can use Little Red Riding Hood and fight Sinbad. Little Red Riding Hood and fight Alice in Wonderland. And the reason, I guess going back for people who are kind of new getting into gaming, the reason I picked this up is because, and this might be good or bad about me, but I do tend to, when I find something I like, I'll pick up everything connected to that. Once I realized I liked Unmatched, I found out that they're going to be putting out, we'll just set them sideways over here. They're going to be putting out some DC stuff. The first one I think is like Bullseye, not DC, Marvel, and I said Bullseye. They're going to be putting out some Marvel stuff. The first one I believe has Bullseye, Elektra, and Daredevil. Not my favorite, but now that I know I'm into this game system, I want to get it. So I have those characters, be it good or bad. And it's another thing that I can order through, not my local game shop, but my local comic shop, which also sells games. And Maximum Comics over there, pretty good. They had a little kerfuffle about getting something for me, but had to do with the distributor or something. But they're doing a Marvel thing, and they're going to have a single character, which is Deadpool, which is kind of cool, right? But the first one, yeah, Bullseye, Elektra, and Daredevil, if I remember, only 3 characters instead of these with 4. Might have to do with licensing and how much you have to pay, trying to keep the price the same. And then they're also going to have one that has Moon Knight, Ghost Rider, 2 of my favorite characters in the DC universe, and of course I'll have Deadpool on his own. And I believe Luke Cage, which is not my least favorite. I like Luke Cage. So rulebook. So I have Luke Cage, and those are the 3 for that one. So I'm really excited. So I went and picked up pretty much, once I found it on sale, kept my eyes out and stuff, once I found it on sale, I picked up everything for this one except for the Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Love me or hate me, I'm just not a fan of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So another 2-sided board, another big one. This is what you would use if you're using 4 players. If you're only using 2 players, or if you're playing 2 players, you could use one of the smaller boards. Oh, I forgot you could read down there, and I'm not going to open the Beowulf one back up. So, Baskerville Manor, and what's this side? This side's Soho. So we got a dual-sided board. Oh, those are under there. We've got our henchmen. Looks like the 3 sisters. I could be wrong, but I think that's the 3 sisters. Are they all different? Oh yeah, they're all different. All right. So the 3 sisters with Dracula and Watson for Sherlock. For Sherlock Holmes. So there's those. And let's just go ahead and jump through these really quick. I believe this is Dracula. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure that's Dracula. Well, and it's not over the top, right? It's the dragon, but it's not over the top. It looks like he might have a little spider thing on him. But beyond that, it's not cheesy Dracula, but then we have the Invisible Man, which is really cool, and I don't think you guys are going to be able to see it, but they designed the mini, so when you look in the face area, there's no face, it's hollow. If you look at his hand over here to the cane, the hand's missing because it's invisible, right? And then, of course, he's wearing pants and stuff. Here is, we'll just say Mr. Hyde. Oh, this guy's got a booty on him. So there's Mr. Hyde. Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. I wonder which one actually has the booty. Is he Dr. Jekyll, no booty? And then when he has no brain, he's Mr. Hyde, then the booty pops out, right? You gotta have something, right? God always gives us something special. And then, of course, we have Sherlock Holmes, and that's really fun. He's in the fisticuffs position. He wants to do the fisticuffs. Fighting. I just had my nephew over the weekend, or was it my niece? Oh, it was my niece. I was messing around there and I asked her if she wanted to go fisticuffs. And she looked at me sideways and she said, "What's fisticuffs?" I said, "Boxing, a little fighting." She just laughed. She just laughed at me. She thought I was crazy. So here's some cards. These are more of the pins, right? I just flipped them because it's weird that they're underneath the cards. And once again, I guarantee it. I guarantee there's more pins in here than there are power dials that we need. I'm trying to look at the card. Invisible Man, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. It has the name on the card so you know who they're for, but like I said, it also has their own symbol. Let's go ahead and pop into this. I think what I want to do next, the next video, is I want to do a how to play on Unmatched. I've played it a handful of times now. I'm ready for a review. I feel confident enough to go on a how to play. I know in a video before, which was an unboxing video, this past week, 2 weeks, we've gotten a lot of packages. It just kind of turned out that way. I try to keep some money to the side for literally the miniature market when they do their big sales, because you know you're gonna want to spend at least $100 so you don't have to pay shipping. I mean, if you're only buying a game, let's say I wanted to get Rise of Moloch, and it was $34, and I wasn't me, and I was okay with just getting the base game, which is fine if you are. It's the collector in me that wants everything. That's $34. I might not want to spend $100 worth, so I either get a friend who wants to buy some stuff. Like I got a hold of Damon, which you guys have all met, and told him about a game I thought he said he'd be interested in, Zombicide Invader, and because I wanted to pick up Rum and Bones, because I want to check it out. Half price, they're both half price, but he never got back to me. But anyways, back to it. So if you're just getting one thing, like let's say the Rise of Moloch's $34 instead of $99, yes, let's buy it. Cost you, you know, somewhere between $7 and $10 to ship, or you know, you can get $100 worth of game, right? Usually what ends up happening to me is I get really close and I'm always like $20, $30 off. So it's neither here nor there, but that's, I get off track sometimes, but that's kind of how miniature market works. But so the distinct cards in the back, I don't know what 221B is. I'm not a huge Sherlock Holmes fan, but there is a magnifying glass. And then let's just go ahead and show some of the things in here. So you see the artwork is very distinctive. Open another one, of course, him with his pipe, right? And another one, I don't know what's going on here. Oh, he's searching all over the place and stuff like that. The one thing, I will give a little hint on talking about the review and stuff. The one thing I did notice about the Unmatched games and playing with the two characters, and I've played with both of them, is they are pretty thematic, right? How the character plays is pretty thematic. So Damon, which you all have met, and I were playing through the Robin Hood Bigfoot one. And the thing is, Bigfoot is running around. He wants to run up to you, smack you across the noggin. Robin Hood wants to shoot some arrows at you and move away. Shoot, move away. Bigfoot's attack, rush forward, attack, rush forward, attack. And it's a fun balance too, but the cards and how you play through your abilities feel very distinct for that character, at least for the ones I've played. All right, let's go through another one. So we have Imperium Classic. We can get off the Unmatched fanboy kick. I would love to have this channel big enough where Mondo Games or Restoration Games or whoever it would be would see it worthwhile to send me a copy of like a new game coming out for Unmatched so I can review it. That would be awesome. But we're slowly growing. When I say slowly, slowly growing. Now I feel bad because I missed the name, and I don't know if it's bad to like say the name of the people who are joining in. But someone recently jumped in and helped us grow that coalition a little bit more, and they subscribed. So Imperium Classics. This is a civilization building game. And when I first heard about this, I was like, ooh, I'm interested, right? So here's the rule book. The back, quick reference, that's always awesome in the back. And I did learn this from the King of Average. And I do agree with them that it's nice to have oh man, brain not working, and I actually ate today. Appendix in the back, that's not the word I'm looking for, but a reference in the back where you can look up words. Look, oh, it does have it in here. So there's scroll, exile, that's always nice. Keywords, there's a keyword slipping from me, and don't want to tell you guys what I do in real life, so you guys can laugh at me for having words slip from my head so often. So there's the rule book. This is another thing that I found kind of interesting is the solo rule book. All right, same thing, quick reference on the back. And then I think It's just showing how to put things together. This doesn't have the keywords in the back. There's a log book in here, but this is a personal preference of mine. This comes from buying books and stuff. I don't like writing on anything. So I'd have to figure out how to work that around. A sheet of paper in there. If they're pads where you rip off, I tend to just laminate a couple of the pages and try to do a nice job laminating them, and then deal with it that way. So there are some tokens, right? They seem pretty thick cardboard. We'll pop one out. They pop out fairly easy. A little bit of a tag. What I usually use, I'm really gentle, and then I twirl it around. And one of the things that I'll tell you guys now, especially if you're some of the people tuning in and you're newer to buying games, I learned this a little bit into buying games, is keep these after you punch everything out, and you put these at the bottom, which raises the piece in the middle here, which helps make everything a lot more secure inside here. Then you don't have to worry about these slipping as much, like things moving around as much, because as you can see, it's packed. When you first get the game, it's packed almost flush, which is nice, helps to keep things from sliding. But once you get in here, in most games, there's cardboard pieces and stuff like that that come out. So you keep the basically like the shell, right? Like the outside of it, and you just stack it at the bottom. Now you do run into, I just ran into it with Eastern Mountains. I was putting the parts in the bottom and it was too high. I ended up throwing them all out because they set this up so well. A shout out, I guess, to Plan B Games, is they set it up so well that even when you take everything out, it still fits snug. Once you take all these cardboard pieces out, and everything still fits really snug. So I'll give them that. All right, the biggest die I've ever had. So a big chunky die. Not one. There's no missing that you got a one there, huh? It's just an empty hole in your soul. Little alliteration for you guys. All right, there's some room in here. I'm sure it's for all the tokens. And then in here, you have different civilizations. So we have the Greeks, we have the Vikings, and I won't go through all these. I'll just kind of show you guys. You have the Greeks, the Vikings. There's a Legends version of this, and if I like this one, I might pick up the Legends too, because then it has King Arthur and stuff like that. But this one had Greeks, had the Vikings, Macedonians, Alexander the Great and stuff like that. Not super fan, don't really hate them. Persians. So hopefully Resvon will like this once we get her here, so she can actually read the cards instead of just seeing stuff from online or over the phone. But it has the Persians in here because Resvon is Iranian, which is Persian. So she's a Persian woman. So maybe she'll get a kick out of playing this civilization. The Armenians, that's awesome. That's where Resvon and I, sorry, I got a hair in my throat, when I first met. This is drama and poetry. These decks are a little smaller, so I don't know if these are little extra things that add to all that stuff. Let's see, do we have other civilizations? Carthaginians, oh, it's the Carthaginians. The Romans, so we got Vikings, we got Greeks, we got Romans. Macedonians, Romans are kind of Greeks, Carthians, kind of Roman, yeah. The Celts, oh yes, so we have the Celts. I'm not sure how far the video sees. I guess I should probably line so I can see how far I can put stuff for you guys. Then we have, I'm gonna have to look at this one. The Scythians, I would have to do a little research on that. I wouldn't even call myself a novice historian, but I am interested in history. This just says standing army. Oh, I don't even know if I showed you guys. I'm getting too into opening this up. Standing army. Then we have wilderness. Once again, these cards look a little smaller. And then we have unrest, famine, state, and solace. That hair just kind of messing with me. So the reason also that I pulled these out is I kind of want to show you guys. It's kind of cool. There's a mark on there, so you don't have to worry about putting the cards back. So you can tell where they go back. All right, so this was Imperium Classic. This is gonna be my first civilization building. I did do some research on it. It looked really interesting to me. I used some self-control. Originally, I was like, I'm gonna buy them both because my fear is, oh, these are the uncivilized. All right, the standing armies. My fear is, and this comes from my comic book collecting background, is that you miss out on it and I'm not going to be able to get it. I can get it on the secondhand market, kind of like when I was talking about the Rise of Moloch, but people want double, triple, even more the price. I was just at my comic shop, not this week because I was on vacation, but the week before, and they were telling me the price for some of the comic books that I've had just because I've collected and I have them. And I was like, oh, what? That's how many hundreds of dollars? Or that one's $100? That one just came out. And they're like, oh yeah. But the thing is, sometimes if you don't get it when it first comes out, you're not gonna get it. Or you're gonna pay through the nose. And ultimately though, with you guys watching this video, it might not seem like it, but I'm kind of a cheap bastard, right? And like I say, I always encourage you guys to check out local game shops and stuff and support them. And I always try to buy something when I go in, but it's hard for me when I know I can get a game for half price or 30% off to not go with the cheaper one. So now you know my shame, right? And Damon and Morgan are also the ones that like to support local shops too, and they'll buy full games, big games and stuff, or expansions. And I'm like, I'll get that player mat, or I'll get some paint. I'll pick up some paint from you. The cool thing though, and I'm not discounting the small shops, they have brick and mortar, they have to charge to survive. But it's hard for me to pay that money. And the nice thing you could do is when you go to these brick and mortars, sometimes you can find things you can't find anywhere else. It's going out of print. And a lot of times, most shops, they will sell it to you for retail price. When it's hard to find a game, I'm willing to pay a retail price. But when the game's everywhere, I'm not willing to pay as much. Camel Up, you can find it a decent amount of places, right? But the fact that they had this game that's normally $39 or $49 for $23, I want to say it's normally $49. I'm not entirely sure. For $23, then I pick it up. So this game, I'll do a review of all this stuff. Sorry, I got some of the cardboard in my eye now. I'll do a review of some of this stuff. But this game it's 3 to 6 players, so it plays a lot of people. So we have the rule book. Looks like the rules aren't that difficult to get through. I don't know how many pages. I'm gonna say 8. Nope, there's of course 3 in there. Make me wrong. So there's 6 pages. Kind of folds out. This in a lot of ways is a party game. The thing that I really found interesting is the player count. Like I told you guys, always think about how many people you like to play with when buying a game. The theme looks fun. It's a camel race game. The player count looks cool because I like to have big players. So a whole bunch of cardboard, looks pretty sturdy. They pop out pretty easy. I'm not going to pop them all the way out. They pop out pretty easy. Yeah, so the theme looks fun. It's the player counts that I like. Oh, I said 3 to 6, I think. 3 to 8, I just glanced over. It's 3 to 8 players. So you have a lot of people playing, which I like because I like to invite everybody over. I'm okay with small game nights too, as some of my friends are finding out, but I'm also into the big group, everybody come. I'm definitely an all-inclusive, which some people might not guess by what the hee-haw? I'm gonna have to show you guys this. Some people might not guess by looking at me, but I'm very much an all-inclusive. Now that's a little bit over the top. I'm very much an all-inclusive kind of person. You tell me you want to come hang out, come hang out, come play games. Cool, rock and roll. Let's do this. Ooh, I'm gonna damage my own box. All right, so that's kind of cool. Has a little tree that pops up, very cosmetic. So this game is a race game. So you're betting on camels. You can tell I live in a hot place because the plastic was kind of melted in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7! It says it plays up to 8! But there's probably some mechanic that lets you get up to 8. So here's camels. All the wooden camels, they can race around. All right. Now let's go to this. We got coins, plastic coins. So we got some silver coins. I still like the sound of it. We got some gold coins. We got some dice in different colors. I want to get out the dice and roll. Let's do this. This video is probably going to be like 30 minutes. Thanks for hanging in there, guys. If you're still here watching, thanks. They're pretty light dice. They're small and they're pretty light. All right, so we got some dice. And we got this. I have no idea what this is. Call me excited. All right, so we got ourselves a pyramid. I'll say I'm afraid to put this on, but of course you put it on because it goes back in here so you can take it apart. Oh, does that drop the dice out? Oh, I think it drops the dice. I have no idea what this is, guys, but I'm intrigued, as you can tell. I forgot I was filming a video there for a second. All right, little pyramid. There's a little button right there. And there's a little opening. Don't put your, don't break it either. Don't put your finger in the hole, man. All right, so there's a little pyramid. We got ourselves some cards. I like the art on this game. So why did I buy it? On sale. I'd already kind of done some research. It looks fun. I hear it gets a lot of people cheering and people really get into the racing of the camels. It is, so theme, player count. I didn't know it was 8. I thought it was 3 to 6. It's up to 8 people can play this. Thumbs up for me. Will my gaming group play this? I don't have yet a set dedicated gaming group, but I do, like I said, invite my colleagues over for game night, and whoever wants to come can come, and they'll play this because it's a light game. So these look like character cards. I got some character cards. I'll just kind of slice the deck. Some of these back here have people on them, right? So you got yourself some character cards. We'll figure all that out. Looks like there's 2 kinds of cards. I don't know if other people really care about this, but I kind of do. The insert's awesome. It looks like it's gonna be able to carry everything and carry it nicely. Even when I pop everything out, there's little spots. And who did this one? It's not Plan B, is it? No. Eggert Spiel. I can say play. I wonder if Eggert means fox. My German is quite rusty now. Spiel means play. Egbert Spiel. But I like the insert. And it tells you like this many things go here, this many things go here. So it's pretty nice. All right, so I know I'm all over the place, so I'll go back, rewind. So theme I liked, art I liked. Art is really one of the things for me too. Be it here or there, you have to catch someone's attention. It's kind of like a cover of a novel or a book or something. So theme I like, which I'll mix art and theme together. The art and the theme work well together. Player count I like. The price, way up when I'm paying below 50%. Way up for the game. Do I think it'll fit with my game group? I think they'll have fun with this. They tend to have, or the general like gaming nights, I guess we'll say it that way. I think a lot of people will come be fun. It's a, and I know there's all these things about entry level or not, but it's an entry level game, so it's good to initiate people into stuff. It's all about racing and betting on racing, and we're here in Vegas, so I'm sure some of the people in the group like to bet. Do I see myself playing this again and again? Yeah, this is a game. I might even be able to get it out with my mom and my sister and my niece and nephew and just have a blast. So anyways, that was the unboxing, a bit of rambling. Hopefully, in some ways I kind of explained my thought process behind buying things. And of course, it's always, I want it. It's not like I need it. Nothing you need. Everything in life you pretty much want. You need air, you need food, you need water. Probably need to sleep, you need a little pooping, gots to poopies. Beyond that, there's not much else you need. There's lots of things that you want. So these are definitely things I want. But the Unmatched is the collector in me. You get to see it. Camel Up is one of those, what's a cool game a fun game that sounds like a fun game that's not a really in-depth, we'll put it that way. It's not a very in-depth game. A lot of people can have fun playing it, right? And then on Imperium down here, the civilization thing caught my eye. The art caught my eye. It's a card game. I like card games too, so that all caught my eye. But that's pretty much. So I hope you guys enjoyed going through this and listening to me ramble about the reasons why I buy some of the stuff that I buy. I'm Steven. I'll say as usual. As usual, I'm Steven. Sometimes I do change, and sometimes I'm the Batman, but not really. I'm Steven. I'm Steven with Cardboard Coalition. Help us grow the coalition. Help us grow the coalition by liking, commenting, and subscribing. See you later, everybody. Bye.